Hello everybody and welcome to another StarCraft 2 commentary. I am Psy, your host today. That's the same opening as I used in the last video, so I'm gonna just stop right there. No, I am not your host. I'm your hostess. No, but anyway, we have a 1 versus 1 against my teammate vileStealth. He's actually looking to do a little bit of practicing for an upcoming LAN tournament of his. I wish him the best of luck. I don't know if he's already played it or not, but I hope he does well. And the map is Slag Pits. I chose this map not knowing if it was a ladder map still or not. I don't think it is. I kind of don't think it is. But, you know, it's still a fun map to play on, I guess. I don't know why it's not a ladder map anymore, if it's severely imbalanced for Zerg or what. And the reason I say Zerg is because it's so wide open, man. There's so many wide open spaces for Zerglings and everything just to run around, to flank, and do all kinds of good stuff. But anyway, vilePsY on the left side as the Green Terran. Green Terran? What? Green Zerg. vileStealth in the right side as the blue Zerg. I finally get to say green instead of red. It's such a relief. And we are seeing a 10 pool from Psy. One of my favorite Zerg strategies. Cool thing about 10 pool is, one, if your opponent fast expands, you just stopped that fast expansion. You cannot 15 hatch against a 10 pool. It is not possible. Number two, you get your first 6 Zerglings out early. You're usually able to stall mining a lot by the enemy pulling off their drones and cool stuff like that. And 3, you're able to force a lot of lings, maybe even a spine out of your opponent, which is also awesome. So hopefully I'll be able to do one of the above, maybe even pick off a couple drones if I'm lucky. And also, because the queen comes out so fast in a 10 pool, even if you don't do that much damage or any damage, you're not really going to be that far behind because you've got that fast inject and you can just drone up like crazy. I like to get a second queen to support my first queen if any Zerglings try to run into my base and stuff like that. But we'll see just how effective this 10 pool is. 6 Zerglings are out now. Problem with the 10 pool though is you've got to scout your opponents, and now I see my opponent is not in the bottom right, so I've got to make a guess. He's either in the top left or the middle right. And I am seeing that drone cross my path, but that doesn't really tell me anything. From the looks of the drone, I'd actually might think he's up here, but of course my Zerglings are going to find out and be extremely sad that he's not there. If he was in this position though, he's just now completing his pull. His Zerglings are just now starting. I would be in his base. Just imagine how much harassment, how many drones I could kill in the 10-14 seconds that the Zerglings take to build. That would be awesome. And it's still 14-14. That's the thing. That's the cool thing about a 10 pool. Despite my lings being out so damn early, because my actually I think I forgot to get my queen. No, it's my second queen on the way. Because my queen is so early, I'm going to be able to stay ahead in the harvest count. I'm going to keep an eye on that. 15-14. But because I scouted poorly and I went to the wrong location, I'm not going to be able to do a lot of damage. But man, 16-14, that's so cool. I really love 10 pools. Now, part of the reason that I do have a 2 harvester lead at this point is because he's going fast gas. He is going to have that Zergling speed right away. You can see that first 100 is down. Stealth needs to start that as soon as he remembers. And I think he needs to pull some drones off of gas too, but he's a bit busy with the micro right now. These Zerglings are a bit scary. 5 drones on the way. And there goes, oh, he already started the speed. He started the speed. Oh, he's going Banelings. Totally forgot that he went those this game. Baneling Nest is on the way, so he's going to have super fast speed. He's going to have tons of lings, and he's going to have Banelings. That's why the Harvesters are so lopsided. 21-12, and he's got a really threatening Baneling attack coming up. These queens need to block that ramp, man. I think they're going to do just that once these lings run by. Is it going to happen? No, it's not. These lings are being lazy bitches. Go down there, lings. I mean, queens. But nope, not happening. 2 extractors on the way for myself. I do have a lot of harvesters, so I feel like I can afford to get both extractors at once and put the drones onto that. Baneling Nest almost finished for Stealth, and he's going to be morphing in some Banelings here in just a moment. Is it going to happen? Where are they? There they are. There's the Banelings. 350 minerals for myself. And part of the reason for that is I just now started getting gas. I've actually got 4 harvesters on that one, so that's a big boo-boo. There are the queens now blocking off that ramp, and in comes Stealth. My queens, fear not. You cannot bust my queens out, you little knave. This spine crawler needs to be at the front. That's the whole purpose of the spine crawler when I do a 10 pull and block off and try to tech up. Put the spine right here, keep the queens here. The spine can poke away however long it wants to. These queens are going to try to bust it down. He's got these Banelings on standby. I can see these Banelings. There they are. Is a transfusion going to go off? I've got plenty of energy on both these queens. 1 transfusion, 2 transfusions, but they're getting beat on. 2 Banelings bursting down the queens, and that queen drops. And oh no, I didn't move my Zerglings. All those Zerglings die to one Baneling blast, and all 3 queens go down. Poor, poor bitches. They should have injected a little bit better. Pulling my drones off. The good news is I've got 17 more drones than him, and he has no Banelings left. But I have no units, and that's usually not a good thing. One more spine on the way. 12 Zerglings on the way, but they don't have speed, and Banelings will drop these Zerglings extremely fast. I'm trying to build more spine crawlers, one here, and I want to split them out as much as I can so the Baneling splash won't hit the spines, but in come more Banelings. I feel like Stealth should be producing a couple more, about 8 more. He's got the money for it. Instead, he's going to make 6 more Zerglings, and the Banelings crash into another group of Lings. Terrible micro on my part. Not controlling those Lings at all. Now, lucky thing, once again, is I haven't lost any drones to Banelings. I don't know if I've even lost any drones. Spine completing. 3 more on the way. I've got my lair, and this is the sneaky part. Oh wait, never mind. It's not the sneaky part yet. But anyway, Stealth producing more Banelings, 3 more on the way. I think he needs to try to land some Banelings in my drones because he actually hasn't done a lot of economic damage. It's still 25 to 12. I've got 4 spines now. And look at this. I'm getting a Spire. This is my win card. I'm trying to win this game. I don't just want to defend all game. I've got to do something, whether it's a Roach Warren, whether it's a Spire, something like that. And the Spire is up. Actually, putting my Spine Crawler, my weak Spine Crawler in the front was a mistake. He does pick that off, but he is not really able to do much with these Banelings. He's got to be careful about these Spines, two-shotting them. Spire is about halfway down. He is now going Lair. I don't like this move. I don't like the Lair on 13 drones. I'm not sure what he'd want to do with that lair. Perhaps he sees the Spire. I'm not sure. He does see it building. And these Banelings, oh, destroying about 6 drones. This queen getting surrounded. These 2 Banelings running around like crazy bitches. He needs to one-shot all these drones. The Baneling will bring the drones down to 5 life, and it's always a good idea to send in a couple Lings, try to pick off those drones once they get hit by the initial Baneling. But still, harvest count 16 to 14. I've got better tech. He does have better unit counts. He's got 11 Lings, but I have more drones and more tech. So despite all this damage I'm taking, I'm not too far behind. The Spire is up, 1 Muta on the way. Still trying to protect it with my Spine, and he is going to run out. He realizes he can't quite do enough damage to that Spire before, you know, I was able to respond by either uprooting this and moving it or doing something like that. Now the lair is up for Stealth. He is also expanding. Now once again, I don't agree with this mass response by Stealth. He's getting an expansion, he's getting a lair, he's getting an evolution chamber, but he's only got 14 drones. He's trying to do a little bit too much right now. I'd like to see him either just drone up extremely hard or go for just a huge Baneling, some more huge Baneling bust, or I don't know. I feel like he's trying to do a little bit of everything and it's kind of spreading his resources too thin. Okay, the evolution chamber was for the spore crawler. I can understand that, so scratch that part. But the lair, I don't know what that was about. The Hydralisk den is on the way. I feel like instead of getting a lair, queening up, getting a spore at each base, and droning up would have been a much better idea. 3 mutas now on the field, sniping 1 Zergling, not quite able to snipe the second Zergling, and we can see the harvest kit now 17 to 17. I'm going to produce mutas as much as I can, and with the rest of my larvae, I just want to get mass drones because my base is actually very, very well defended with 4 spines, well spread out to prevent any kind of Baneling harass. Good job, bitch. Oh my god, that is a pro bitch right there. Oh man, she's got no energy. That's so awesome. Spotting this spore. Gonna try to take down the spore. If I am not able to kill the spore before it completes, this expansion will be safe for almost eternity. And looks like I will finish it off. He is able to cancel that, save a little bit of minerals. And restarting it again, not sure about that. Lots of mutas able to DPS it down before it can complete. And this hatchery looks like it might go down. These Zerglings, they want to jump in the air so bad, but it's not going to happen. 3 Hydralisks on the way, but you have to remember, Hydralisks, one of the worst Zerg units in the game. They are seriously so damn bad. It's very embarrassing how bad they are. 2 Hydras, their DPS is incredible. They do twice the damage of Marines. They attack the same, but they do twice the damage. But they only have 80 life. Now check this out. 5 mutas against a couple Hydras. It's just not going to be pretty for the Hydras. Nice transfusion from Stealth. Able to recognize that his queen did have excess energy. But this hatchery looks like it might go down. But, oh, these Hydras, 2 Hydras and 1 queen just weakening the mutas. 3 weak mutas. Oh, down goes that muta from that 1 Hydra. But he's just not able to group up his Hydras. He could have made 2 decisions there. One, he could have sacrificed his hatchery, tried to grip up his Hydras, recompose himself. Or he could have tried to just string in his Hydras, just send them whenever they were ready, and try to save the hatchery. He tried to save the hatchery, but my muta count was too high, and it ended up being the wrong decision. This one spore is a bit out of place, but at this point it doesn't matter. I've got the harvester count on him. The mirrors just give me too much map control, and he really had no good response to it at that point. So even if the spore was well positioned, it didn't matter. And even if he did just let the hatchery die and stack up his Hydras, Zerglings very good against Hydras. I had my speed up. They would have just torn apart the Hydras. The mutas, the harassment would have been incredible. So at that point, the game was in my favor. So you can't really blame him too much for that spore or whatever. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you learned something about ZVZ. Mutas are fun, man. Mutas are fun. Once infestors come out, they kind of suck, but it just showed you a little bit about what they can do. Very fun. Anyway, Rice Krispies Retreats, $3 off with coupon. Limit to Kellogg's Rice Krispies Retreats. 54 Oregon, 40 counts. Item 217249.